Hello, everybody. Just wanted to welcome you to my first actual interview while on the road. In front of you, as you can see, it's definitely not me. This is Michelle Angel, a musician that I met on the road. She's actually one of our group members from the Living in a Van Facebook group. And she's here to talk a little bit about herself and her van, which is amazing. So, Michelle, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, it's all about the gong. I've been a musician most of my life, but I don't see myself as a professional musician. I see it as somebody who's serving people by offering gong meditations.
And that's what that mallet is?
This is a gong mallet, and I have a gong over there that I will demonstrate a little bit because it's all about the gong.
Alrighty.
The name of my van is Ganga Van.
Ganga van. And what kind of van is this?
This is a Ford Transit, and it's the medium roof because I'm a short girl, and it works for me really well. I had to build this van because it's all about the gongs, and I need to carry my gongs with me because I'm continually on tour with my music.
And you carry the gong like back here in the back?
Gongs will come in this curtain.
Wow.
Usually there's a stack of gongs here, and then I have the halo handpan drum over there. I have crystal bowls, Himalayan bowls, LED lights because I do like a light show every gig I do. So really it's all about music.
Wow, incredible.
And there's the bed up there.
Oh, awesome.
So, something I learned along the way is I needed this much space for all of my gongs. I didn't realize after installing rear windows and a rear view mirror that I can't see out the back because the bed is too high. Figure that one out if you really want to see out your rear view mirror. It doesn't work at all. But you learn as you go.
Wow. So can we take a little look at your van right now?
Sure.
Let's come around.
Inside?
Yeah, well, let's look and see what it is. So you said it's a 2016 Ford Transit medium height. Is that what it is?
Yes.
It looks huge.
I forgot the wheelbase.
Oh, and here's your gong. And that's what you play.
This is my smallest gong. I have right now 6 gongs.
So this is your smallest.
This is 32 inch. I have 36 and 38s.
Wow. Wow.
And it produces an amazing meditative experience with effortless. So if you can't sit still and you can't meditate, just hang out with me. I'll play my gong and you will experience deep meditation.
That is awesome. And you're going to produce some music for us to listen to later.
Yes.
Awesome.
And the music is not just a group music. I do have individual sessions because I used to be a body worker. So I have the gong temple. I travel with a massage table and I set 3 gongs, 4 gongs around a massage table. And you experience the gongs very intimately with only a foot away from your body, and they penetrate and they produce deep vibrations in your whole body.
That is awesome. So let's take a look at your van and see modifications that were done to it. Now, when you got this, it was just a plain van?
It was a plain naked cargo van, and it didn't even have windows.
It didn't have
the front windows.
So the side windows and the rear were installed.
I installed the side window here and the rear windows, so they open up.
Wow. And you had this window here that opens up on the side installed also?
These side windows, this doesn't open fully because the guy was smart enough not to make me break my window when I opened the door.
Wow.
It was fabulous. Cycle vans in New Jersey.
Cycle vans in New Jersey.
Hi, Howard.
Awesome. And I notice on the roof you have like panels. It looks like solar panels.
500 watts.
500 watts.
And 2 AGM batteries with,
I think it's like 224 or so amp hours.
Amp hours. And the 1,000 watt
inverter, right?
Sine wave inverter.
Wow.
Sine wave.
Wow. So we're going to be able to look at that here in a moment?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at your van outside, and then we'll go ahead and maybe, if you don't mind, take a tour inside. So as you can see, the van is looks pretty much like a normal van, other than there is that a fantastic van? Fantastic fan?
Yeah.
Vent. And the solar panels. But other than that, it pretty much looks like a standard van.
Normal looking on the outside, but not so normal on the inside.
I do notice you have a plug here. I guess this is for hooking up.
I could hook up to shore power when I need to.
So it can function as an RV,
Yes.
but you decided to try to keep some stealth with it.
Yes. I mean, being a colorful person, I'd love to really decorate the outside and make an art car, but I'm trying to stay conservative on the outside.
But on the inside, we can see, oh, so much color.
This is fabric I got when I lived in India.
So it came from India.
This fabric I bought, it's Indian temple fabric.
Wow. Wow. It's beautiful.
And then I have chimes.
All right. Let's come on in here. Oops. Oh. Let's go ahead and what we'll do is we'll work our way towards the back and go over the systems. And then
Systems.
yeah, because we're going to open up a little bit more so I can get some light because this camera doesn't work so well with low light.
Wait, I have a light.
Oh. All right, that helps a bit. And then let's take a shot. Let's get a shot right now. So we've got this front panel. What is this?
These are cabinets. I have stuff here and clothes here, and it's packed.
And these were custom made?
Custom made. All of the furniture was custom made. The toilet was installed. It's a composting toilet.
So you've got a bathroom behind the curtains there.
Yep. And I usually have towels and things hanging in there too.
Wow. And then underneath there you have...
Be hung up.
Oh, okay. And underneath the cabinets, what do you have under there?
There's my 2 AGM batteries. And the Midnight Solar controller.
So that's your charge...
MPPT, charge controller.
Wow.
And what kind is this? Samplex Power 1000 watt.
Very nice.
Pure sine wave.
Very, very nice. And let's come on in so we can get kind of an interior shot. I apologize if this thing gets blurry. We're going to try to get some better video with me in the back where we get more light in. But let's come in just to show you what it looks like as we step inside. You can see she's got
Krishna and Radha.
all sorts of patterns and colors and beautiful stuff.
I feel at home in Hindu temples, so I bring my temple with me.
Wow. And when we step inside, this is her home. I see you've got a hammock here. Do you actually use it?
This is my nap hammock.
How do you have it hooked up here in the end? You just
I
have...
left the real cargo hooks. I made him leave 4 hooks up.
Oops.
And 2 are for my hammock.
Wow, this looks so comfortable.
Even my dog likes to have a hammock with me.
Oh, and you have a dog, so we'll talk about that because
Yeah.
I know a lot of Vanners are interested in that. Wow. And then the back is like the bedroom area.
I have the bed, and there's a little shelf over one half of the bed. I didn't want to close myself in, so we only put one shelf up there.
And what do you have in there? Just...
Over there I have some LED lights. I have my deities and pictures of my altar and feathers, fan feathers that I use in the healing practice with the gongs.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some dishes and stuff in here. Here's my snack.
You have a little
Snacks are in there.
snack cabinet.
And I could sit on my refrigerator, which you might want to see that.
Oh, so you have like, is that a, like
It's
a 12 volt?
an ARB refrigerator. I can pull it out. I have a cushion on it. And when the hammock's not up, I could put my computer here, and this becomes my tray.
Wow.
So this is my little desk or eating area.
So you have
And
even...
some food.
That's actually a pretty neat, you know, I never even thought of using a drawer like pulled out and then you can just set something on it and now it becomes a desk. That's...
And I love how I've traveled and reconnected with people along the way. And one guy was a woodworker, and he put this nice handle in. It didn't want a stock handle, so he gave me a real piece of wood.
Wow.
Thank you, Ed. He's an amazing drum maker.
It is beautiful. And this is your little kitchenette here with a sink and...
Yeah. It's a sink here. Covers it up.
You've got running water and...
Yeah, we don't need to demonstrate it, but it works. Thank you very much.
And how do you cook? Do you cook in here?
I haven't cooked much. I like to eat salads, and whatnot could go in the salads. And I have the magnetic stovetop and a propane stove, so I could cook inside or outside. I have a table to set up outside. I actually do a lot of connecting with people, so when I travel, I'll go cook at their house and serve them dinner. And sometimes they'll let me use their shower and laundry, which is a really sweet exchange. And I consider myself a musician, so I become a gong artist in residence. So right now, a few of my gongs are set up at my friend's house, and I shower there, and I live in my van outside in his driveway, and I share the gongs wherever I go.
Wow. Okay, as my camera doesn't work very well in low light conditions, I've decided to stop the filming and come here from the rear of the vehicle right now. So I'm actually looking into her bedroom from the rear, and we've got some light coming in, so hopefully you get a good video image. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's going on with your life and what's happening?
From right now, I'm a traveling musician, and I travel with the gongs, and I probably used that word many times, but I'm thegongtemple.com, and I play my gongs wherever I can. So I park myself at a friend's house and set up the gongs and open it up to the Gong Temple experience and use their shower and park in their driveway and sometimes cook in their kitchen.
Now that website is the T-H-E-Gong, G-O-N-G, temple, T-E-M-P-L-E.com. Awesome. So they can go and check that out and learn a little bit more.
Yes.
Now, as far as living in this van, how long have you been in this van?
This van I got in May. I wasn't quite living in it until maybe July when I got the insulation in the windows, and then I had it built out with the furniture. I have a friend, Mark Zuckerberg, in Woodstock, New York, who's built houses and refurbished Airstream trailers, and he built this furniture for me. He's an amazing artist.
Everything looks so professional. So
well, he's professional.
Yeah, it looks like a nice home.
I wanted an RV, but I wanted to go stealth, and also because I'm a musician, the RVs did not have the space to accommodate all of my music. So I sort of had to build my van according to how my music would fit in it, and then put the bed on top and a little kitchen space around that. And since I like to be self-sufficient, I got a composting toilet, and that's been working out okay.
Now, prior to living in this van, you actually lived in an RV for a while, so you've got like a lot of experience?
I'll go back a little bit. I decided to sell my home, and I asked my daughter to move out. One daughter was already moved out, and I spent 6 months living in India, and that was amazing. And then I came back. This was all planned ahead. Came back and I bought my first RV, traveled around the country. I got my little puppy way back then. It's almost 10 years ago. So I've been living on the road for 10 years. At one point I met a man, and we got married and bought a bigger RV, and then an even bigger RV. Until finally I'm on my own, and I got a very small van. And I'm very happy now. So
how do you feel with this van versus the RV? Do you prefer this van or the RV? Or?
Well, I sure miss having 39 foot of space when I have so much stuff. At one point I counted 100 instruments in that RV. So I'm really struggling with compromising and still learning to let go, and it's a battle. Sometimes it doesn't feel so good. But I love stealth camping. I love being kind of inconspicuous and almost not looking like an RV, like I could park anywhere and be in my home at all times, except for, of course, Florida with these homeowners associations. They don't like me. They think I'm an RV.
Yeah. I saw it on the outside, and it looks kind of like a regular van, but you know.
I know, I have the telltale signs. I have a fantastic fan that looks RV-like.
And how does that...
huge panels of solar power. That looks a little RV-like.
The fantastic fan, how do you feel about that? Is that a worthwhile addition?
Noisy, but it's so worthwhile. Plus, we talked about the dog, so sometimes I'll turn it on for my dog. It's a little too noisy for me because I'm a super sensitive type.
Now, you said that you've lived fully, like 24/7 in this RV. I mean, this
in the lifestyle of RVing for 10 years.
But in this van, kind of stealthing and parking at friends.
It's only been not even 6 months because it wasn't complete until July.
But you've done it with your dog here.
I've been with my dog ever since 10 years ago.
So how do you handle having the dog? And let's go look at the dog.
Good morning.
Now this is, who is this?
This is Rod Day.
Rod Day?
And she's a Shiba Inu, and she loves people.
Shiba Inu, and she loves people.
She's not like other dogs.
And she's, basically, you said since you've had her, she's been like in RVs or this van?
She travels so well. She's only known the RV life since I've gotten her.
And how does she handle? How's she doing with
Well,
living?
this is her front seat.
So she stays up here at the front.
Stays up there, and when it's really hot, I'll ask her to come in the back and blockade the front because I have more air circulating in the back, and the sun penetrates. There's less insulation in the front, so I try to keep her in the back when she's more comfortable.
Now, do you have air conditioning or anything here?
No, I don't like air conditioning. I sort of don't like heat, but I try to live where I don't need air conditioning or heat.
And you find that the fantastic fan is good enough to cool down when...
The trick I've learned just only a few days ago is that since I have solar power, I thought I needed to be in the sun all day long. And that's not a good idea when you're too hot. So I park in the shade for an hour, a few hours, just to be comfortable. Then I'll move back to the sun to get my solar power beefed up to the top capacity. And that's a trick I just learned this week.
And how do you handle like when you have to go somewhere and leave the dog?
Well, I have a letter from my doctor saying she could come with me anywhere, but still, if she's in the van, I try to keep the fan on her and make sure there's always water for her. And she tends to like it hot, so I haven't had a problem with her overheating.
Now, getting a letter
I have a thermometer, so I'm always monitoring how hot it's getting and whatever.
Well, now getting the letter, how hard is it to get like a letter? Like,
well, I had breast cancer. It was easy to get the letter.
So if you're sick and you can get a doctor's
emotional support dog, yeah. So that means I really could take her anywhere.
Right, and you try to do that when you go with her because she seems like
she's a travel fan,
yeah, she's very quiet and very well behaved. So now, do you recommend like people traveling with a pet or?
Being single, I prefer traveling with a pet than traveling how I used to travel. And she's a great companion. And she really loves people, and it's great to see people interact with her and to see her give a lot of comfort and love to everyone.
It probably makes it a little bit easier that you have like a really nice vehicle that's pretty much like a home.
Yeah.
So, and she's really comfortable and has a lot of room. Like when you are parked somewhere, do you put her in the back or the front, or how do you?
I keep her in the back, so the hot is not as insulated. She stays in the back, and I blockade.
Now, did you say this isn't insulated or no?
This is all insulated, but the front is typically not insulated with the windows.
But the vehicle back here is insulated.
Yes, ceiling, walls.
So it doesn't get hot, or not as hot.
Not as hot.
And you've got the fan running.
Right.
Wow.
And then I use auxiliary fans in addition.
Wow.
And I have 12-volt receptacles all over the place. My water is 12-volt. 12-volt.
So you got everything's 12 volts, but you also have 120.
I have 110 receptacle when I'm parked at a friend's house and need electricity. I find I don't really need electricity from anyone, which is great to be self-sufficient.
Awesome. This is just awesome. Well, I thank you so much for our tour.
You're welcome.
Is there any finishing thoughts you have that you'd like to pass on? Oh.
She's ready.
Maybe she does.
I still have a lot to learn about the solar power because this doesn't have a good readout on what percentage, how low to go. So I'm still learning on how much I could get from it, how much power I could use. So I'm learning about that. I'm learning about the fan operating for the compost toilet. And it's great to be on the road.
Now, as a single woman traveling in basically a camper van by yourself, what advice would you have for other women that are considering this?
Be brave. Just do it. And there are networks I'm not in yet, or might not even be, but there are RVing women where you could travel with a group of women if you like. But just do it.
Awesome. Now, just so everybody's aware, okay, this is Michelle Angel, and she is from our group. So this is the first time I met one of our group members, and I'm hoping that as I travel across the country, I'll be able to meet some more of you and maybe do some interviews. And if you see each other, don't be afraid. We're all part of the same family. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.